Kenya is a self-assured nation that is proud of its economic performance, its democracy and institutions, and its constructive and impactful international role. We attach great value to our cooperation with Kenya. This visit shows just how closely our interests are aligned and how strong our ties have become. And not just our governments, but also our businesses, our NGOs, and the many private partners in Kenya and the Netherlands who have teamed up on joint initiatives. We believe in the future of Kenya, a future that will be determined by the Kenyan people. With a population whose average age is 20, your country is fortunate that it can rely on the ideas and energies of millions of young citizens. The people of Kenya, like those of the Netherlands, want their rights as free citizens to be respected and their voices to be heard. I am pleased that our country's strong and mature relationship allows us to devote attention during this visit to issues like human rights, good governance and accountability. We are grateful to have the opportunity to discuss the concerns that exist in these areas. Later this morning, at the Ambassador's residence, we will be meeting young Kenyans to hear their views on recent developments. What opportunities do they see to build a bright future for the country they love? A future in which everyone can participate on an equal footing. Legal certainty has a fundamental role to play in this respect and is also essential for Kenya's economic development. Our visit reflects the full breadth of our partnership and the dialogue between us. We are very much looking forward to the coming days. And this will be a wonderful opportunity, Mr. President, to meet Kenyans from many different backgrounds and to foster even closer ties between our two countries.
Bunge, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BAV. This is Bunge Audio Visual. So you've watched the video and I'd like to thank you guys for the subscriptions you've added to my channel. And today we are diving into a significant diplomatic event whereby the King and the Queen of Netherlands have officially arrived in Kenya for a 4-day state visit. And the question is, what's on their agenda? And what does this visit mean for Kenya-Netherlands relations? So let's stick around as we break it all down for you guys. So you've seen the first footage of the arrival of the airport of the plane, and that was basically the airport reception. And His Majesty King Willem-Alexander and Her Majesty Queen Máxima touched down in Kenya earlier today, kicking off the highly anticipated visit. And you've been able to see that the royal couple was welcomed with full honors, setting the stage for key discussions between the two nations, that is Kenya and Netherlands. So apart from that, let's talk about the visions of the Dutch delegations, ministers, and the trade discussions that they actually had at heart. So the warrant alone, accompanying them is a delegation of Dutch ministers and business leaders exploring investment opportunities in agriculture, horticulture, irrigation, and sustainable financing. And this visit isn't just ceremonial as like other diplomatic visits that we have in the recent past. For us, this time around, it was a major step towards strengthening the economic ties between Kenya and Netherlands. So, talking also about the graphic or text overlay statement from the Netherlands embassy, we're able to see that the Dutch embassy emphasized that this mission aligns with the long-term commitment to enhancing trade, boosting food security, and implementing sustainable water solutions in Kenya. And some of the people were able to ask, could this be a game changer for Kenya's agriculture and water sectors, or was this just visit just like any other? Because we've been having so many frequent visits from external investors and other diplomats, but some of the objectives that we had in place that was supposed to be discussed about or to be discussed on during the diplomatic visits in the recent past were never that fruitful as many had thought. And this time around, the two diplomatic agreements between Kenya and Netherlands might turn out to be maybe a different, might turn out to be a very, very different occasion. because as you've seen the way King Willem-Alexander has talked about strengthening the economic and agricultural ties between Kenya and Netherlands. For him, it's business, and it's all about growth and coming together as two different nations and working on a common goal. So, also apart from that, let us talk about the clip of King Willem-Alexander's statement that you've also watched, with the subtitles that he was able to. The King Willem-Alexander, we were able to heard whatever he said, and in short, this is what he said, and I caption and I quote. Now let's talk about a statement that's making headlines. During his meeting with President William Ruto at State House, Nairobi, King Willem-Alexander made a bold remark, and this is what he had to say. The people of Kenya want their rights as free citizens to be respected and their voices heard. And I think that's a strong statement to me, because talking about people of Kenya wanting their rights as free citizens to be respected and their voices to be heard, what I can say is that this particular statement was mostly referring to the kind of protests that we've been having within the country, within the bounds of Kenya, because since the protests of 2024, June 25th, the Gen Z protests till date, we've been having so many recurrent cases of demonstrations and protests by the Kenyan civilians over matters concerning freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and so many other issues that are related to violation of human rights by those in various state positions. And this is something that I think the king himself put out clear to ensure that those who are actually coming to work with him are supposed to adhere to such kind of basic needs, or rather the basic necessities of the citizens, to ensure that they're actually trading within a very, very conducive environment that will enhance success in this diplomatic agreement, or rather this diplomatic arrangement that they have in mind. And we have also able to get various questions that were able to be raised depending on the kind of the statement that the king made, that is Willem-Alexander. And let's talk about the questions about this kind of agreement. Some of the people are asking, is this diplomatic agreement between Kenya and Netherlands is this state visit going to be different, or rather unique in its own way, compared to the one that the previous that they've been having, the one of King Charles, the one of the prince of the prince of there's a certain country, I'm forgetting the name, but is this going to be of great significance compared to the previous state visits that we've been having? So, because these visits have been raising some of the questions that was this actually a general statement of democracy, or was the king certainly addressing concern about governance and civil liberties in Kenya? So I don't know what you think about this particular statement, or rather this particular state visit that we just had from the head of state of Netherlands. And let me see you guys drop your opinions in the comment section below, so that I can be able to clearly understand what's in it between Kenya and Netherlands during the two diplomatic engagement. So, and as this visit continues, I think it's high time that we watch closely to see what deals that are going to be signed and how this is going to impact our economy as a country. And since that is just the day one breakdown of the two prominent people from two different countries, that is Kenya and Netherlands. That's the King Willem-Alexander and President William Samoei Ruto. I think we'll have to give them more time, because we got quite a number of they're here for quite some time, a few days left, and we're going to see whatever kind of further engagements they're going to get into, and as two different states, to ensure that the betterment of both countries is actually prioritized. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications bell as well for more updates. I'll see you in the next one. Adios, muchachos. Peace.